this morning, letting go of your name, letting go of any titles, job titles or roles. Letting go of where you come from, your address. Or even letting go of our whole history this morning. Not denying it, but just releasing it. And so that all we have is our breath in the present moment. And we're going to use this mudra where we have our left hand inside our right and we have our thumbs together. And the hands are rested down on your lap or on your feet if you're sitting like I am. And just connecting in with the breath. So we're going to do a 4-part breath or a square breath. So you're breathing in for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a belly breath all the way down into the belly. Pausing for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then breathing out, draw your navel gently back towards your spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. And no breath in the body. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to continue with this breath. Being really aware that each breath is sustaining you in this body. Each breath is causing you to feel soothed, relaxed and calm. Each breath bringing about a state of equilibrium, balance. One more conscious round. And then just gently letting go of watching the breath. And unless you need to, keeping your eyes closed, unless you need to open them and just stretching the hands out so that the backs of the hands are on the thighs, the palms are facing upwards. And we just begin drawing the hands up towards the heavens, drawing up the energy of the earth, the yin energy, and then drawing down from the heavens, bringing down the yang, the masculine energy. Tuning into the hands as they move through the ethers. And what you feel here is very subtle. Sometimes it can take a lot of this practice to start to feel the energy. Just tune into the hands and see what's there as you move up and down in front of the body. Marry the breath now with the movement, so inhaling as the hands come up. And exhaling as they come down. If you're comfortable with it, we'll breathe in and out through the nose. Next time the hands come up, taking them to high prayer above the head. Slowly down through the midline. Comes into the sternum, rotate them 3 times. And then just I am, I am, I am. Taking a moment if you have an intention that you'd like to set, or if there's anybody you'd like to bring to mind. You can send the light and the energy of your yoga class or your practice to them. And have them in your mind as you practice this morning, or as I say, your own intention. Deep breath in. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Gently open your eyes with your gaze downwards. And then drawing your gaze upwards into the space. Relax the arms down. We're going to keep the right leg bent in. We're going to stretch the left leg out. Stretch into the foot sole. You want the back of the leg touching the ground, and you're really pulling the toes back towards you. You're going to inhale up, lift out of the pelvis. Turn towards the extended leg and exhale as you fold down. You're hinging from the waist, watch not to round the back, and just connect in with the breath here. On your exhale, you can sink a little bit deeper if it's available to you. So it's a deep breath in, exhale and sink. Deep breath in, exhale and sink. Now we're not forcing or pushing, it's our first stretch of the morning. You will be feeling it along your hamstrings. So it's more about connecting with the breath and listening to the body than getting deeper into the position. And then inhaling up, lift out of the pelvis, exhale the arms down and change sides. Again, pulling the right foot sole towards you, or the right toes, should I say, stretching into the foot sole. Inhaling up, lift out of the pelvis. Turn towards the right leg, exhale down, and again connect in with the breath. Don't worry if you can't reach the toes, you can stretch, reaching the calves, the shins. And then inhaling up, exhale the arms down. And we're going to stay with the same movement. What we're going to do now is just stretch the leg a little bit further out. So listen to your body and see what's available to you, but you may be able to get that leg a little bit further out to the side. And again, pulling the toes back towards you, inhale up, turn towards the extended leg and exhale down. And then inhale up, exhale the arms down and change sides. And again, just see can you get a little bit of a further extension. And you may not, and that's okay. So inhaling up, lift, turn, exhale down. Connecting in with the breath. And you may notice that you're a little bit deeper now in your posture. Inhaling up, exhale down. And now we're going to draw that right leg in to meet the left and bring the foot soles together. Interlacing the hands around the toes, left thumb over right, keeping your spine nice and straight, and just beginning to butterfly the legs up and down. You can just gently close your eyes here. In your mind's eye, see a butterfly. Its beautiful wings gently moving as you move your knees up and down, and this gentle awakening of the hips and the pelvis. As you become more relaxed and open in the hips and the pelvis, you can speed up this movement. Take a deep breath in, draw the knees all the way up. And then exhale and bring them down as far as you can comfortably do. Bring back into your easy pose position. Just take a moment just to notice how your hips and your pelvis feel this morning. The practice of yoga is all about bringing stillness into the body for meditation. That's why we do a yoga practice. So it's worth noticing when that stillness starts to come into the body. So the moments between each posture, each movement are as important as the movement itself. So I'm going to take the hands onto the knees now. And this is where we imagine that we've got super glue on our hands holding them in position, because all we want to move is our spine. We're inhaling as we come forward, we're lifting the chest, opening the heart, and your tailbone is sticking out behind. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone in and drop back. Keep the head in a nice, steady, neutral position with the chin gently tucked in, and just begin to move from one to the other. We can close our eyes, bring our focus in between the eyes into the third eye space. And as you come forward, you quietly say to yourself, I, and as you come back, am. And a strong breath with this movement as you inhale, lifting. Exhale, gently collapsing back. Taking a deep breath into the center. And now your root lock, drawing on the pelvic floor muscles, the buttocks, the navel, gently drawing energy up the spine. This is your sacred Kundalini energy. Feeling that energy move up through the spine. And then when you're ready, you can gently release that root lock, release the breath you've been holding, and remain perfectly still. And this allows the energy to be integrated, to go where it needs to go, and to do what it needs to do. Gently opening your eyes, bring your hands onto the shoulders, bring the fingers in front and the thumbs behind. You're lifting the elbows and you're gently bringing the elbows back so that you're getting this lovely open heart. And then we're going to begin to twist from side to side. You're lifted out of the pelvis and the pelvis is gently pressed down towards the ground as you twist from side to side. You can start off slowly, but we will begin to speed it up a little bit again as you feel your body loosening up. Good, and now you can start to move a good bit faster. And now adding in an I as you turn to the left and an am as you turn to the right. And faster again if that's available to you. And then taking a deep breath into the center. Root locking, keep the hands in place. Exhale, relax, release the hands. And just gently sit, allowing the energy to integrate. And then when you're ready, gently opening your eyes, and now might be a nice time to take a stretch of your legs, give them a little bit of a massage. Okay, so I'm going to come to kneeling. Now, if kneeling isn't available to you, come back into the easy pose or cross-legged position, or putting cushions underneath you, like so, that you can bring your bum down onto. You can use a couple of cushions if you need to, or yoga blocks if you have them. So we're just going to begin to rotate the shoulders, but we're going to do one shoulder at a time. And we're going to just bring it forward first. So we're going to work with the right shoulder. So you're going to roll the right shoulder forward, all the way up to the ears, and roll it back. Roll it forward, all the way up to the ears and roll it back and keeping the head nice and steady. Roll it forward, up to the ears and roll it back and relax. And on the left side, roll it forward and up to the ears and back, and forward, up to the ears and back. One more time, roll it forward, up to the ears and back. And then dropping it down, dropping both shoulders down. Close the eyes and just take a moment and just notice how your shoulders feel. And if you feel you'd like to do one more on each side, do so. If your shoulders feel good now, just noticing that. Sometimes when we make changes, either in our body or when we do things or achieve things, we often forget to acknowledge them. So likewise with your yoga practice, if something starts to feel a little better, a little looser, a little lighter, we need to just pause and acknowledge it. We move our attention now up into our neck and our throat. We're just going to gently start to turn the head from side to side. And as you turn your head from side to side, have the intention of freeing up the neck, the intention of freeing up your expression so you can express yourself fully. And also, if it applies to you, of letting go of any stubbornness and perhaps even having a willingness to forgive or to let things go. Always only when the time is right for you. But just having that willingness. Bringing the head to the center and just starting to take the right ear now down to the right shoulder. Pausing here, connecting with your breath as you pause here. Inhale to the center. Exhale, take the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, just pausing, connecting with the breath. Inhaling to the center. Exhaling. And just taking a moment and just getting a sense of how your neck and your throat feel now. And then when you're ready, gently opening your eyes. We're going to do a little bit of movement now to stimulate the pituitary gland. So this is kind of going to prepare us for a meditation at the end, but it's also really working with the hormonal system and balancing everything out. So our first position is a lunge position. You can choose whether you want to have the top of the foot on the floor or whether you want to be on the toes, but you're going to take the left leg forward, a bend in the knee. The knee is not coming out over the foot, and you're stretching the right leg back behind. So you can either be up on your toes like so, or you can drop the knee down and have the top of the foot to the floor. You're resting the hands, the fingertips on either side of the ankle. And you're just going to pause here and connect in with the breath. There's nothing else to do. We're just going to hold this, but we're going to be holding it for a few moments. And just be with however you're feeling here in this position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And now with as much ease and grace as you can, I want you to bring your left shin onto the floor. So we can just gently kind of stretch backwards. You're going to bend that left leg. The shin comes onto the floor. We're stretching the right leg right out behind. You're going to lower yourself down onto your elbows. And then you're going to gently lower the forehead onto the floor, and we're going to be stretching the arms back behind. However, I do want you to listen to your body here and do what feels right. If you want to, you can put a cushion in front of your head. We're just going to come all the way down, stretch the arms behind, and rest right into the pituitary. And then gently taking your hands under your shoulders, lifting the upper body up. And you're going to draw the right knee in to meet the left. Take a moment here. And this time we're going to step the right leg forward, or sorry, the other way around, step the left leg forward. Stretch the right leg back behind. I haven't changed legs, I've just realised I think I'm doing the same leg. You do the opposite leg while I stay here confused. Stretching the leg back out behind. Hands at either side of the ankle, connecting with the breath. And hold your posture. And then just leaning back gently. So just bringing the bum back, and we're going to come onto that right shin. Stretch the left leg back behind. And down onto your forearms. And then eventually lowering down to the ground, stimulating that master gland. Stretching the arms back behind you. Taking the hands onto the shoulder, under the shoulders. Inhaling, lift the upper body up. I'm going to draw that left leg in. Just taking a moment. And just making sure you feel nice and steady before we come up to standing. We're going to stand with the feet together. You're gently tucking the tailbone in, drawing the navel back towards the spine. Roll the shoulders up and down. And just have your nice standing Tadasana. And we're going to inhale up, lift out the pelvis. Exhale, fold forward, all the way down. Bend the knees, just have them nice and soft. You may have to rest your hands on your shins if you can't reach the floor. We're just going to drop the head down. We're going to relax here as best we can. Now slowly and mindfully begin to come up one vertebrae at a time, rolling the body up. Roll the shoulders back behind and take a moment. Now we're going to take the feet a little bit wider apart. I'm going to take the arms out to the side and I'm going to bring the thumbs into the base of the baby finger, holding the hands like so. And we're just going to practice some long, deep breathing, holding in this position. Keeping your hands up now, you're going to curl the fingers in and lift the thumb up. The thumbs are sticking up and the fingers are bent in. And continue with your long, deep breathing. Take a deep breath in, bring the thumbs together over the head. Exhale and slowly release. And taking a moment. Just notice how your body is feeling. Okay, we're going to come down onto the mat. We're going to come into a triangle pose, but the easiest way to come in is to come onto all fours to start off with. We want to use all of our hands. We want to use the fingertips, the pads, and the wrists so that we're not putting undue pressure on the wrists. You're going to tuck your toes under, lift your butt up into the air, and then come into your best version of this because we're going to be holding in it for a while. So make sure that you're nice and comfortable. You may need to adjust your hands or adjust your feet. You're going to drop the head down and make sure the head is nice and loose and relaxed. So you just kind of nod it a little bit from side to side, and you might want to just pedal your feet a little bit before coming to rest in this posture. And when we rest in a posture, all we're doing is connecting in with the breath and holding the posture. You might notice your body beginning to shake a little bit, and that's just your nervous system adjusting itself, and it's fine. I'm going to stay here for another little bit. If you really need to come out, just gently bend your knees and come down into a child's pose. Now taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, look between your hands and lower the hips down to the floor. Drop the tops of the feet to the floor. And if it's available, you're going to hold this position. However, if it's too much for you, come down onto the forearms and we can hold here like so. So listen to your body and see which is the right one for you. Once you're in position, relax the shoulders and connect in with the breath. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale out. We're going to bring the bum all the way back towards the heels. We have the knees wide as we sit back on the heels and stretch the fingertips. Drop the head down. Then gently sliding the hands towards the knees, lift the upper body up. And we're going to prepare for our next movement. So this is a bowing movement, and each time we come down again, we're going to stimulate the pituitary gland. What I always suggest when you're bowing is to just choose something to bow down to. So it could be your higher self, your higher consciousness, it could be the universe, it could be angels, if that's what you believe in, it could be Jesus, it could be anything that fits for you. Or it could be just nature itself, Mother Earth and nature. But it's just really nice to use something to bow to. So we're going to inhale up and take the hands all the way up, stretch. And then exhale and bow down. And we're just going to continue. You could be just bowing to life. And just pick a pace that suits you. And you just keep moving like so. Next time you bow down, we're going to stay down. You have the bum as close to the heels as we can and the head as close to the floor as we can. If you need to, you can have a cushion under your head. We're going to gently take the hands behind the back to the base of the spine where we're going to interlace them. The forehead is to the floor and then lifting the hands up in this interlaced position as high as you comfortably can and connecting in with your breath. Slowly release the hands down. Place a hand under each shoulder. Gently lift the upper body up. Take a moment here and just tune into the third eye space, into the pituitary gland. Notice how you're feeling before gently stretching your legs out and giving them a little massage. And we're just going to sit for a moment or two before we lie down for our relaxation. I apologise, I went a little bit over time last week, so I'll make sure that we finish on time this morning. Just coming to sit in your easy pose, gently closing the eyes down. I'm just going to sit quietly, coming back perhaps to the mudra we had at the beginning of the class, where we had the left palm sitting in the right, palms together. Now making a choice here as to whether you want to remain seated or come gently lying on your back. If you're lying on your back, just giving your whole self, surrendering your whole self to the floor, to the earth, finding a comfortable position. And now, whether sitting or lying, just allow your jaw to slacken and relax. Rest your tongue behind your upper teeth. Let your cheeks relax. Let your brow be smooth. Let your scalp relax. Gently swallow to allow your throat to relax and the muscles in the throat. Feel your shoulders relaxing, tops of your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, the center of your palms, your fingers and your toes. Feel your chest relax, your shoulder blades, your rib cage. Allow your belly to become soft. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest and your abdomen as you breathe in and out. Feel your hips and your pelvis relax. Your buttocks soften and relax. Your thighs, your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, the tops of your feet and the soles of your feet. All 10 of your toes relax. The whole of your body relaxed from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. The whole of your body relaxed, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. The whole of your body totally and utterly relaxed from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And now gently noticing any sounds in the room you're in. You notice if there's any sounds outside the room. And then letting go of listening, and behind your closed eyes begin to move your eyes from side to side. Not moving the head, just the eyes. And then relaxing the eyes and just beginning to yawn. Oh, so creative yawns, a couple of yawns, and just a little bit of stretching. Just begin to stretch the arms, stretch the fingers wide. Continue to yawn and release and relax and let go. And then in this beautifully relaxed state, it's committing to treating yourself with loving kindness, with great care and great compassion, with no judgment. If you don't do something quite as you would like, just choosing again, dropping judgment. Having another little stretch now. Another yawn. And then gently, in the best way that suits you this morning, bring yourself up to a seated position, or if you're in a seated position, just preparing to come fully back into the present by telling yourself, I am coming fully back into the present. Reclaiming your name, where you come from, your titles and roles. If you'd like to take back your history, taking it back. If you want to leave it released, leave it out there in the universe. Gently drop your chin to your chest. Opening your eyes with your gaze downwards. And when you're ready, drawing your gaze upwards into the space. Take the hands into prayer pose at the heart center, palms into the sternum. I see you, I honor you, and I thank you for joining me this morning. And go and have a fantastic day.